Hello guys, welcome back to yet another video. My name is Yoshi and welcome to my channel. I know I've been away for a while, but I'm back in business. And the reason why I've been gone for a bit is, well, it was summer. I did take a bit time off from social media simply because I don't like it too much anymore. Or at least not the typical Instagram and Facebook game, but more on that in a different video. But enough of talking about Instagram and things like that. I have been away for a bit because I got struck by COVID on my trip to Italy. And after that, yeah, well, things went really fast. I had to prepare some trips to different places. Well, I could even say different plans, but more on that in a different video. So currently I've been busy working on those photos and you will see some more of them soon on my Instagram feed. And if you're already subscribed to my Instagram feed, you've probably seen already plenty of those photos and you already know what I'm talking about. This time I'm going to talk about the typical gear I am using when I go out to shoot on a day-to-day trip. And things are really simple. I will keep it really simple and I will take you on a journey through nature because it's finally over with raining and I guess it's time to bring out my camera again and start filming. But enough of talking, let's go outside and take our camera back with us. For a usual walk, a daily walk, a small walk around the neighborhood here, I usually film everything using my Motorola Edge 20, and that's the smartphone I currently have, and this one is sponsored by Motorola. Whenever you see me talking to the camera, that's the camera or the smartphone I've used to record that footage. Also, a lot of my B-roll footage is filmed using the smartphone, either with my smartphone, my GoPro Hero 7 Black, more on that later, or my DJI Mavic Air, the first generation. But my drone is something I usually don't take with me unless I know for sure I will fly out the drone, because it's quite a lot of weight and that's the last thing you want, and that's a lot of weight to bring with you for just a simple walk. And besides my smartphone, which I usually use to film these kind of talking videos, I also use my GoPro Hero 7 Black, like you can see here, combined with this chest mount. This chest mount is from Neewer, and I will share a link to all the accessories and gear I use in the description of this video down below. Now this GoPro Hero 7 Black, I also use it to record most of my POV videos, so whenever you see me walking around with a camera without seeing my face and just seeing my camera being used to snap photos or my smartphone, well, then it's recorded using this GoPro Hero 7 Black. I can't stress enough that it's really important to bring additional batteries, as these batteries are really fast depleted. Fortunately, I don't have any of these, so I try to plan out as much as possible or do smaller hikes and limit the usage of my GoPro Hero 7 Black. But if you want, please guys, keep in mind that you always bring some spare batteries with you, even for your GoPro. Now, and I already showed you a different item I'm using, and this is this flexible tripod. It's not a Joby tripod because I'm currently still using cheaper gear, or at least as cheap as possible, and which I already have available. So that's why I'm using this one, but it's really handy. because I can mount my GoPro on it, I can mount my gimbal for my smartphone on it, and things like that. So for the low weight cameras, this is the perfect solution. And this brings me to the next object, and I will show it to you in a minute, because currently I am just talking to you by holding my smartphone in my hands, and that's also the technique I use most of the times. But if you want more stable shots, I can really recommend you to use a gimbal for your smartphone, or even a gimbal for your mirrorless camera if you're using that to record your footage. Right now, I'm gonna check for a minute. I really need to be cautious for falling nuts. Oh, okay. Not many mushrooms over here this time of the year. When comparing this to last year, in the meantime, you see my backpack as well, which is the PGY Tech One Mo backpack, the big one, because recently they did release a smaller version. So the gimbal I am using is the DJI Osmo Mobile 3, and there's no need in upgrading. Well, beside the active track and things like that, and the magnetic connection, I'm still happy with the gimbal I currently have, because I don't use it too often. The only advantage of using a newer version of the Osmo Mobile series is that you don't need to calibrate it every single time you want to use it, simply because you have this magnetic case basically that you can put on your smartphone here on the back, and you just click it. And I still need to clamp my phone in between, which is a bit trial and error in the beginning, but it still works perfectly. So I will show you how it works. So basically all you need to do is make sure that the phone stays stable on the horizontal axis, then check on the vertical axis. Like this, it's not okay. So then you can push it a little bit like this until it stays in place. And then check horizontal one more time. And then you can see the magic happen. And then you only need to connect it to the DJI Mimo app. Okay. And that's the way I am using my gimbal. The different options you have in the DJI Mimo app might differ from smartphone to smartphone, because the app adjusts based on the cameras that are coming with your smartphone basically. So whether you're using an Android smartphone or an Apple phone, this might give different results, and different options will be available depending on the brand as well. So that being said, I will continue using my smartphone and my gimbal to talk to you right now. So this is everything regarding my smartphone and the GoPro I am using to record these videos. I don't know if you can see it, but right here, these mushrooms, I really need to snap some photos of those. So this is a perfect moment to showcase my Sony a7 III, which is my main camera at this moment. I used to shoot with my Nikon D3300, but I currently am using my Sony a7 III more, as I wanted to have a better camera for my travel videos. So more on that later. Okay, Now, one of the reasons why I am using this fluo yellow cover for my backpack is basically because I don't want my backpack to get dirty all the time. Normally this backpack is strong enough and it should be wear resistant enough, it should be water repellent enough to basically deal with all the weather conditions, but in my honest opinion I don't want to clean every single time, so I'm using this rain cover. There's also one rain cover included in the backpack as well, but I'm most of the time using this old one. Now it's time to open up my camera bag again, and as you clearly can see I have two spare batteries, one original from Sony and two from a different brand. Along with my camera I also have some cloths for an emergency cases, so I can clean my lens and clean dust from my camera all the time. A filter pouch containing a few ND filters from K&F Concept, a lens pen and a lens brush, a rocket blower to remove any dust, a charger and a flashlight. This flashlight is always important to bring with you if you go out on nature walks, because you never know how long you will be away, so you always have some light with you. And then this beast, the Sony a7 III, which is my main camera basically. Okay. I also use the sun hood in most cases, and the reason why I use it is simply for one reason, and that's to protect my lens itself. And in addition to that, I also did buy a different UV filter for my lens as well to protect it even more. So that's basically the main gear I am using to snap photos and create videos. Make sure your batteries are always fully charged, and make sure you bring enough of spare memory cards. I have, for instance, 2 memory cards inside my camera and 2 spare ones inside my backpack, so you'll never run out of space. Last thing I am going to show you is this thing. This is my tripod I use for my Sony a7 III. It's a really great one. It's a heavy one, which is one disadvantage, and that's because it's aluminum. But you also have a compact one which is composed of carbon, which is way lighter than this aluminum one. And I'm really happy with this sturdy tripod. It's really easy to bend and to open up tripod like this, and to screw it on, tighten it. It's a click system like this, and you can move it all around in all types of shapes. And then the ball head is really easy to use as well. It also has a quick release system that you can attach a quick release plate on your camera basically, and then it's really easy. It's just click and go to mount your camera to the tripod. And with this last thing, I only want to give you one more bonus tip. It's basically to always bring enough clothes, or the right clothes, and wear the right shoes whenever you go out to shoot. And maybe plan a bit in advance, so you don't need to bring everything you want versus the things that you actually will need for the shoot or whatever you plan to do. That will help you out a lot regarding the weight. And weight is your best friend, because the less you have to take with you, the more you will enjoy your journey as a photographer through nature or through the city or whatever you like to do. You can really notice that it's been a long time since I've shot a video, because I forgot one important thing, and that's basically the type of lens I'm using with my Sony a7 III. It's all linked below, and basically it's a kit lens, which is the 18 to 105 millimeter. It's a really versatile zoom lens, and it's suitable for all basic photography stuff. The only disadvantage is that it's only f4.0, so whenever you want some heavy bokeh or low light photography, it can be a bit tricky, but in that case this tripod comes in really handy. And with that being said, I really hope you like this little video showcasing the basic gear I am bringing with me on a usual hike. And with that being said, I really hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. If you didn't already, please hit the subscribe button for more videos. Let me know in the comments down below if you have some further questions regarding the gear I am using. And then the only thing that rests me to say is that you don't need to be great to start, but start to become great. See you in the next video. Bye! Ooh, I really love this angle. Now, with that being said, the only thing that rests me to say is that you don't need to be great. The only thing that rests me to say is that you don't need to be great to start, but start to become great. See you in the next video. Bye.